The man assaulted his wife on their wedding day. He was sentenced to 10 years for violating her will. In the end, he was beaten to death in prison by someone she hired. Even his parents were murdered. When the man opened his eyes again, he found himself reborn on the day she falsely accused him. He swore he would make her pay this time. At that moment, she called over many relatives, accusing him of what he did the night before. His parents tried hard to defend him, saying they were newlyweds and had just spent their wedding night. How could it be assault? But the wife was well prepared. She calmly said she had clearly refused. Yet he forced himself on her. She called it classic marital rape. Their argument drew in the neighbors. Everyone knew the man had always been a decent person, always willing to help others. He didn't seem like someone who would do that. But just as doubt spread, she angrily rolled up her sleeve, showing scratch marks on her arm, and claimed they were proof of his violence. While everyone was arguing, the man suddenly stood up and confessed to the so-called crime. Law enforcement took him away immediately. His father kept reminding him they were a married couple. What happened was normal, but if he admitted guilt, he'd end up in prison. Still, the man didn't take back his confession. Then the woman appeared with her first love. They hugged each other in public. His mother-in-law scolded her for being shameless, but the woman didn't care. She shoved the old lady away. The man didn't get angry. Instead, he gave a cold and knowing smile. Soon the woman handed over divorce papers. After reading them, he saw that she wanted the divorce, and also the marital home. She insisted the prenuptial agreement made everything clear. Everything would be hers after the divorce. His father was furious and tried to argue, but the first love punched him to the ground. Yet the man stayed calm, and even pretended to sign the papers reluctantly. Before leaving, he suggested, why not give her the $200,000 in his bank account too? His parents were shocked. Even the woman was surprised, but she still took the money, and left with her first love. Little did she know, this was all part of the man's plan. Back home, she and her first love couldn't stop laughing. Not only would the man rot in prison, she planned to destroy his whole family too. Soon after, his parents came to her door. His father even knelt down, begging for the return of the $300,000 bride price. He needed it to prove his son's innocence, but the woman tricked them, saying she'd return the money if they knelt in public and apologized. They obeyed and let her record the video, but then she went back on her word, refused to return the money, and kicked them out. The old couple left bruised and beaten, yet still delivered something their son had asked for. When he saw his parents covered in injuries, the man didn't feel sad. Instead, he praised the woman for being impressive. This broke his parents' hearts. They thought he had gone mad. Soon it was time for the court hearing. To ruin the man completely, the woman even started a live stream, crying to the viewers. The first love pretended to be her brother, raised her arm to show scars, claiming they were left by the husband's assault. They also lied, saying the husband's family threatened her to return the bride price, or they'd send people after her. Netizens quickly took her side. The man in his prison uniform already knew she'd make this public just like in his past life. Everything was unfolding the same way. The crowd was furious. They shouted insults at him. Some even wanted to attack him. Court officers had to stop them, warning that violence is illegal. The woman told them not to hit him, or he'd send people after her. Seeing how wicked the man was, the crowd beat him anyway. She watched with joy, then leaned over to whisper insults in his ear. But unexpectedly, the man